Smoking is often called the hardest vice to quit. It takes months of rehab and a lot of determination, which is why it is ideal to stay away from it. Remember, smoking causes cancer. It is among the leading causes of death in the world. But New Zealand is looking to tackle this menace. The country is planning to go smoke-free, to wean an entire generation off nicotine. How does it plan to do this? And does this qualify as government overreach? Our next report tells you.
Cooked from office pressure? Take a smoke break. Last-minute revision looking impossible? Take a smoke break. Can't figure out a movie's ending? Maybe a cigarette will help. This is what cigarette makers would have you believe. It's an industry that thrives on addiction and has no qualms about it. Around the world, nicotine cartels are mighty. Government officials dare not challenge them, especially with the cigarette stain on their shirts. But New Zealand is looking to mount a challenge, a proposal to make the country smoke-free by 2025. So, what exactly is the plan? Step 1 is to increase the minimum age for smoking. Step 2 is to ban sales to anyone born after 2004, so an entire generation will no longer have access to cigarettes. Other measures include putting lesser nicotine in cigarettes, setting a minimum price, and slashing the number of stores. But why is New Zealand taking on cigarettes? For the same reason the world is, because it's killing people. About 4,500 New Zealanders die from tobacco use every year. This isn't about helping people quit, it's about forcing them to, so public opinion is split. Public health organizations are upbeat. They say tobacco affects low-income communities harder. There is evidence for this. The number of tobacco retailers is 4 times higher in such neighborhoods. Same for the indigenous communities. 30% of Maori women smoke every day. Cancer is the leading cause of death in their community. For these groups, there is incentive to ban smoking. It has gotten them hooked and emptied their pockets. But what are the downsides? Small shops will be the worst hit. Cigarettes are their biggest movers. So a smoke-free New Zealand would be a poorer New Zealand for them. Also, what is to stop a black market? And with the illegal nicotine trade comes street muscle and gangs. Not very New Zealand-like. But what about the government's motives? The clinical opinion on cigarettes is clear. Don't smoke. But adults are free to make choices. Why then should the government interfere? Many countries have grappled with this question. It has led to some strange policies. In Slovakia, smoking is banned in workplaces. Not all workplaces, but the ones where non-smokers also work. In Australia, you can't smoke in most places, including on public transport and near underage events. Only a couple of countries have imposed near-total bans. Bhutan and Turkmenistan are the most cited examples. In both places, there is a thriving parallel market. So, what's the final word? Should governments be snatching away your cigarettes? New Zealand recently held referendums on 2 key issues. The Kiwis approved euthanasia and rejected marijuana. Weaning humanity off tobacco is desirable, but as in most cases, consent is of utmost importance. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.